Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. So today, this is shout out to Goblin. Goblin reminded me of the existence of William, and I was ready for another toxic boyfriend simulation moment. I was ready for it. I've been listening to Taylor Swift all the time. I know that he's a Swiftie. And I was listening to Ready for It today a lot. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Let's go. He's got his January edition. We're going to go through a few more of these because it's been a while. I'm excited. Okay. I have the witch hat right here. Could be the first moment. It might not be, though. But it depends. It depends. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let's do this simulation. I'm going to prepare myself. Okay.
Can you get off the machine? People who aren't going to quit the gym next week need to use it. Excuse me? God,
I'm going to let this play, and then we're going to react to it after.
hate going to the gym in early January. What exactly gives you the impression that I'm new to the gym? Look, dude, I'm happy you're trying to lose weight for the new year or whatever, but it's just annoying. So I've been a member of this gym for years. Well, how come I've never seen you around? Maybe we haven't been here at the same time. Do you live here? How dare you look at me and have the audacity to assume that I don't belong here? I can tell based on how you're using the equipment. I was on the elliptical. How exactly do you misuse the elliptical? Look, dude, whatever. Sorry, carry on. Oh, I will, but I don't need your permission and neither does anyone else in here. Well, good luck with your resolution to lose weight. I don't have one, you absolute piece of garbage, but I recommend that you resolve to learn to treat people with respect no matter what their body size is, inside the gym or outside of it. Can you get off the machine?
Oh my God. Sorry, it's so much. It's a lot. Okay. I feel like he's in a toxic relationship with himself in this, but let's go ahead and break it down. Now, I have to say, I must be like a freak of nature because I feel like I can relate to both sides of this, which is interesting. So let's break it down piece by piece.
People who aren't going to quit the gym next week need to use it.
I went to the gym last night and I am very like, when I go to the gym, like I love to go when there's nobody there. Period. And there was a machine that I wanted to use and somebody was on it and they were sitting on it for a while and I was stewing a little bit. I didn't get like super crazy about it. I didn't have to say anything. You know, as an introvert, it would be horrifying if I ever had to say anything. But I felt the frustration. And tell me why his like gym bro douche version of him sounds like my inner monologue. I'm like, okay, period. Look at me being an inner bitch. Let's hear that again. Let's hear that again. Oh wait, we can't go back? I think we can. Hold on. Let's hear that again.
Can you get off the machine? People who aren't going to quit the gym next week need to use it.
That's how my internal monologue sounds. That's what I sound like inside my mind, inside my brain.
Excuse me? God, I hate going to the gym in early January.
I do. I really, really do. In fact, most years I haven't gone because I really do hate it if it's crowded. Luckily, I'm in Derry, Alabama, so it's super rural, so there's nobody there. But I used to live in a more busy area of Alabama, and it was really busy. And I hated it, even late at night, and I hated it. But luckily now, your girl is safe from the crowds. So that made me happy. But there was still somebody on the machine, and it still pissed me off. It still did. But anyways, I will just say I hate it. Like, I don't know how, like I said, I can be on both sides of this. Like, I feel that way and I will think that, but I hate it if somebody says something to me at the same time. So I'm also the, excuse me, like, I don't actually say that because I'm not ridiculous, but I don't like it if people are like, are you going to be on that machine? I don't like it because I'm quick. I'm pretty quick with machines. So I'm like, don't mess with me. Don't talk to me, period, at the gym. Do not talk to me at all. If you do, I am upset that you're talking to me. I'm one of those. I know.
What exactly gives you the impression that I'm new to the gym? Look, dude,
I've had that feeling. Ooh, I am messing this up. Hold on.
Can you get off the machine?
Hold on. We're just going to let him go. But I've had that moment so many times where I have been like totally... I had somebody who was working at the gym have that moment with me where they're like, oh, like, I know that this is like your first time at the gym or whatever. It was like a new worker. And I was kind of like, ugh. Like, it was kind of an Anna O'Brien moment for me because I had been going to the gym for like over a year. And he was just like, oh, like, well, it's really nice that you're doing this now because you can be healthier and blah, 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 blah. And I knew it was because I'm still fat. And he's like, oh, I haven't seen you here and da-da-da. So I had this conversation with an employer, or not employer, with an employee. And I was like, ew. Don't talk to me. By the way, he has never talked to me after that day because I think it was extremely awkward. But yeah, I've had that happen to me before, but I didn't get that upset about it. It was just like, oh, it was kind of giving like mid-delusional Kesha moment where it's like, ooh, like, you're thinking you're eating with this song in the dressing room, but you're not. You thought you ate, but you didn't. You're still mid. That's how I felt, but it was okay. I survived it.
Happy you're trying to lose weight for the new year or whatever, but it's just annoying. So I've been a member of this gym for years. Well, how come I've never seen you around? Maybe we haven't been here at the same time.
So that's also really irritating. Sometimes that can, again, it doesn't happen all the time. It happened with this employee. I got this response. So this actually kind of happened to me a little bit. Now, it wasn't hostile. He wasn't being douchey about it or anything whatsoever. He's trying to be nice about it. But it was still like, ugh, kind of thing. But I will say, when I went, I had to go to the other gym at the other, like, busier town because my gym was being remodeled, which I hated, by the way. Oh my God. I hated it so much. And it totally disrupted my schedule. That was in November. And basically, when I went there were people in town that recognized me and were like, oh my gosh, how much weight have you lost? And like all this stuff. Pretty crazy. And then same thing when we came back, or like when I came back to my home gym, somebody recognized me there and was like, you've lost a lot of weight. You've done a really good job and like all this stuff. So that's kind of crazy. So, like I said, your girl's out on the town, period. I'm in public spaces often. I'm known around these parts, okay? I'm known in Derry, Alabama. I'm a Derry, Alabama celebrity, okay? So, just saying. But anyways, yeah. So I've had like positives and negatives of that. So it's interesting, but here's the point. You ready, William? You ready? I survived it. I survived all of it. I lived. I didn't die. It didn't kill me. It's not going to kill you either. It's not going to kill any of you. We will be okay. It's not that big of a deal. Remember that. Always de-emotionalize. It's not a big deal.
Do you live here? How dare you look at me and have the audacity to assume that I don't belong here?
I don't know that anyone would be like, you don't belong here, unless if you're like at like Equinox or something in West Hollywood, then they would probably be like, you don't belong here. Those people would tell me, I don't belong here. I don't belong there. But it's like, I don't think your typical gym would say you don't belong here. That's not really like, people's attitudes. Like, most of the time at the gym, people are just going to be mad if you're like taking too long on a machine. So that's honestly like your biggest conflict that you're going to have in a gym. So, yeah, it's quite simple. That's my opinion anyway. But people are usually not like, you don't belong here. That's like a very strong statement.
I can tell based on how you're using the equipment. I was on the elliptical. How exactly do you misuse the elliptical? Look.
That is so stupid.
Dude, whatever. Sorry, carry on. Oh, I will, but I don't need your permission, and
Oh, okay.
neither does anyone else in here.
And I don't need your permission to lose weight intentionally, William. How's that for a permission? See, it's not fun when somebody talks like that. You know, I bet you guys, oh my gosh, I would not actually bet money on this, but I love that I'm like, I have all this conviction, but then I don't. I'm like, I don't know. But I wonder, I feel like William in a relationship, he would hate it if his boyfriend was like, I don't need your permission to do something. I bet you he's that type where he would hate that. And most people are irritated with that attitude, but it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it comes out, you know. I have a little bit of a bitch in me, as you guys have known, you know. We got the witch hat for a reason, but you don't always have to be a witch. You don't always have to. You can just be like, okay, well, I'm going to do what I think is best or whatever, you know, or like you can try to get people to see your point of view or like something. So I don't know. If I was dealing with William, I would probably be like, I don't need your permission, you know, but I would never ever be trying to actually make something work with him, because never, you know. I'm just saying, I always talk a little bit of shit when I do William Wood. I always do. I just have to. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I just do.
Well, good luck with your resolution to lose weight. I don't have one, you absolute piece of...
I always like, for me, the meaner version of William is always like more appealing to me than the real one. I have to say that. That was a very toxic queen moment to say, but I'm just being real. I am just being so for real right now.
Garbage. But I recommend that you resolve to learn to treat people with respect no matter what their body size is, inside the
It's too long, William.
gym or outside of it.
Doesn't sting. See, these people, man, they want to be like, you want to be the witch. They always do this. They want to be the witch. They want to, but they can't. If you're trying to be the witch, you have to be quick. That was too long. I wish I could go back easily on Instagram, but I can't. It's too long. It's not, well, I hope that you, people don't care about that. If you're trying to throw shade, you have to throw shade well, quickly, effectively, swiftly. Taylor Swiftly. No, I'm just kidding. Just swiftly. Taylor's one of those. She pretends to be nice all the time. She ain't. That's why I like her. Because she's a mean girl. She's mean. I don't care what you say, Taylor. I know it. Ain't no non-mean woman in the world is going to be able to write Mad Woman, which, by the way, love that song. That's where the witch was inspired. But, just saying. You got to be quick. Got to have a swiftness. I hope you can respect people and everybody and I would just say, I hope you can realize that this gym isn't yours. That's what I would say. We all pay the same fee, don't we? So you can step off. That's what I would say if I were to literally get in a huge fight with somebody. But I also would like understand if I was taking 10 years on the machine, and I would have enough awareness to not take 10 years on the machine. And if I was taking 10 years, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'll move on, you know, kind of thing. So I've had one person say that, And I was taking 10 years on the machine. So I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm almost done. Did I have one more? Which I did actually have one more. But, it's just awareness. Just awareness, remember? We don't own the gym. Okay? We don't. But doesn't mean that I don't understand being irritated when the gym is crowded. That's why I literally try to go late. And I can go in Derry, Alabama, with the gutter and Pennywise. I can do it. So, that's what happens when you're in a super rural area. You can do that. So, rural. Benefits of a rural area, there's nobody there. There's nobody at the gym. No matter what, even if it's January. So, anyways, let's see what else we got. Let's see. What else we got? What else we cooking, William? So, he's into this, new thing where he's into these super awkward conversations that are, horrifying.
I got you a gym membership for Christmas. Happy Secret Santa. Oh my god. Why? What do you mean, why? I mean, I already have one.
I swear, if Eric ever gave me a gym membership for Christmas and I was like, why? I can assure you, I would probably not want to hear the answer to that question. Don't ask a question like that if you're expecting an honest answer from somebody. That's all I'm trying to say. That's a bit of advice. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. I don't need this on right now. I'm not really feeling witchy today.
And I already go to the gym, and I don't really need another gym membership. Oh.
Try it out. See what's going on. See if they have any spa services. That's what I would do. I would ask about it. But, I don't know. See if you could regift it. I mean, there's certain things you could possibly do. There's stuff you could do. Secret Santa. I don't know. That's how I would look at it anyway.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Then I could give it to somebody else and be like, here's your gym membership. And then they're like, why? I'm just kidding. That's terrible. No, that's so funny, but...
What's that? Did you ask? I'm gonna be so honest with you, I just assumed that you didn't. And why is that? Please don't make me say it. This is really embarrassing for you.
I can assure you, if I asked Eric that, he would not be embarrassed at all. I would never be able to be like, this is embarrassing for you. The Gen Z, this is embarrassing for you. It doesn't work on people. I'm just letting you know. It just doesn't. That. Gosh, we're going back to, Witch Academy right now. That doesn't work. This is embarrassing for you. You can't tell somebody to be embarrassed. It doesn't work. So throw that out. That one needs to go out of here. Out of here with that. It's trash. It's trash. Gosh, I'm trying to... Okay, let's tap into the toxicity. What would I say if I was trying to... I don't even think I could be mad about this. I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, I do have a gym already, but I'll try this one out. Maybe it's better than Planet Fatness. That's probably how my view would be. It's interesting. It's something different. See what different machines they have. I'd see if I could regift it. There's so many things that would go through my mind. I don't even think I could be mad about it. Especially for a Secret Santa. I just don't... I don't know. People don't always know what to get. So it'd be better than getting something that I couldn't... I don't know. There's probably worse Super Santa. There's probably worse gifts to get.
Well, I don't know. You never talk about working out, and you don't look like you do. Okay, first of all, making that judgment based on how I look is gross.
You asked. You asked. Don't ask, then. Why are you going to be mad? I get it. I can be a little bit of a reactive girly pop myself. There have been times where I've asked And I've been upset at an answer. There have. I'll be real with you. I will be real. But that's why I try not to ask. I try. I try not to. There are times that I still have to. I'm a messy queen here too, William. I can be messy with this. I can. But I'll give you the same advice that I need to follow. Don't ask. You don't need to know. That's something you don't need to know. You don't. You don't.
And second, I have more interesting things to talk about than what I do to exercise. My life is far more interesting than just what I do at the gym. Well, excuse me?
Ew. Gosh. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't even know. I think if, I don't know what I would say. I don't know. This one is weird for me. This is just, I don't think I would do like a blowhard moment like that. Because it's not necessarily going to, like, it makes the other person, I don't know. I don't know what the goal is. Like, are you trying to do something? Because all I could do is, if they also didn't look like they went to the gym, I could throw it back at them. I could be like, you're the one telling me that? I could do something like that. That would cut. But I don't know. This is weird. I'm having a hard time putting myself in this character's shoes. I don't know. But I would not say this is embarrassing for you. That's my advice. Don't say that. Don't. It's lame.
Me for thinking it would be helpful for you. And excuse me for having preferred a cheap Christmas candle, but I guess we're both disappointed. You know what you can do to make this better, though? What? Never do something weird like this again. My God. This is just such a bad look for you.
And you would know about that? Ooh, sorry. That was nasty. See? Look, I didn't even have to wear the hat. It just came out. See, I feel like I went into like internal automatic react mode with him. I'm telling you, when it comes to William, I'm triggered. Bothered by this.
I got you a gym
Gosh. Okay. You saw that. That was like, it just took over. That I didn't even have the witch hat on. It just took over. It slipped. You guys see, it's always there. I warned you. This one is really weird. I did watch this. This one is really bizarre.
William, now that we're friends, I've decided to make you my new weight loss project. You really don't have to do that. I know. That's what makes me so
Okay.
Nice.
Who does that, for one? Like, let me know if this has ever happened to you guys. I don't even know. This is so alien to me.
When? No, I mean, absolutely please do not do that. Clearly, you're less fortunate than I, so... Okay, we get it. You've seen Wicked. Love Ariana and Cynthia down, but I don't need to be your new project. Well, clearly, you're not going to take the initiative yourself. Before so generously offering, did you maybe take into account why I haven't taken the initiative? Because you don't care? Well,
Okay, I don't know who this person is that he's pretending to be, but it's like, you need to, like, oh gosh, he needs to do better character work. I'm sorry, this is me, like, actually criticizing the script because, okay, I used to be a writer back in the day. I used to write, and one of my strongest things was characterization. Somebody who's going to offer you help is not going to also assume that you don't care. That was bad writing, William. Those are two different characters. Not one. This is not making sense. Bad writing. You just went down a notch again. Characterization. One of my friends, she, how I help as like a beta reader or whatever, like she'll read her work to me. I'm really good with characterization. That's my strength. So I've actually helped. Like, she was writing an introvert character, and the character was the character, she was supposed to go to like a party. And it's like her friends just asked her to go to the party. And I was like, wait, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. There's no pushback? Why isn't she saying I don't want to go? I was like, her friends are going to have to pressure her into it. And my friend was like, oh my gosh, okay, you know. Just saying. I'm good with it. I'm good with the characterization. I'm good. That was bad characterization, William. Those are two separate people. The person that's going to tell you you don't care is not the one who's going to offer to help. The person who's going to tell you don't care would be more of somebody who's trying to bully you into it. So it's not mathing. This is bad writing. Bad writing alert.
Historically, no. Historically, I cared so much I put my life at risk. Oh, which you would not know because you are a new friend. But no matter what you are to me, don't offer to fix my body, especially when it doesn't need fixing. But I could teach you the... No, you could not. As a person who used to be obsessed with these things to the point of illness, I guarantee you I probably know more about it than you do.
This is something that a lot of FAs say. They're like, I know better than most people. Or I've done all these diets. I know this better than most people. I think, sure. Like for me, I can nominally say like I know all about all different kinds of diets, basically. Like a lot of them. I know keto. I know vegan. I know paleo, I know carnivore, I know intermittent fasting, I know, like I know all these things. Like if somebody says something, I've probably tried it and I know it. And that's part of like that toxic ritualistic legacy, right? Is constantly shifting diets. That's part of B followed by letter E followed by letter D. That's also part of that, which people never bring that up for some reason in this space. They never do, especially, people like William, who they were on the other end of the spectrum, which I think it is a spectrum. I really do. But I was very, very firmly on the B side. B, E / D. Sorry, we have to be kind of careful with YouTube, but I was very much on that side, but I still shifted through different diets all the time, constantly. That's actually a warning sign. If you see somebody who's constantly trying a new diet all the time, even if they're like very, very big, they might have that type of toxic ritualistic behavior going on. It's not a good sign. So just be aware. That is kind of like a red flag. Again, I would never say, oh, you can totally diagnose somebody or whatever, but you can still recognize certain signs and at least raise like a flag of concern and maybe, see if they can get checked out or whatever. Because it has to reach a certain criteria to actually be that. Like you have to do it often enough. We're getting kind of like technical with it, but I'm just saying that's something that you may see. And that person may have an issue with that. But remember, be very careful about that because that's somebody's coping mechanism, a totally awful one, and it's horrible. But they're going to probably lash out or get very defensive or extremely intense over it. So just be prepared for that. Like, I don't know that I would pursue that with every random person or like a cheeser friend or something like that. But if it's like somebody I'm close to, then I'm willing to fight those battles, but it's a different kind of thing. Like I would fight with my mom over it, for example. Like when she's had her moments, I've fought with her over it. But that's my mom, it's like, because it's intense. It's kind of intense. So yeah, I'm sure that like, I'm only saying this because I think a lot of times people don't always understand that people who are very, very overweight, who have toxic ritualistic behaviors, they can be just as intense as people who are very skinny. I'll put it to you that way because it's very similar. So just kind of see it the same way in your mind and it will help you act more appropriately. But it is serious. It's serious regardless. So, Yeah. Anyways, that's just kind of like an awareness thing.
So why don't you do it? Because it's how I got so sick. You don't have to make me look like you. I don't really want to. I want to look like me, and looking like me.
Yeah. So if I were to criticize somebody in terms of toxic ritualistic mindsets, like if I had to, and they were saying, well, I've done this and I've done that, and I can't lose weight because I did this before and whatever, I would just be like, remember, caloric realism is a thing. You don't have to do any of that. You just have to find a sustainable, mild caloric deficit with a macronutrient profile that works specifically for you to where you're not too hungry, because you shouldn't be horrifically hungry all the time. If you are, then the diet isn't adequate. Like you're not getting enough of certain nutrients, you know? But it's hard to kind of fight with those things because, like I said, those are tough conversations. And like I know one of my friends has, you know, had people in his life that have these issues and he doesn't engage with it because he doesn't want to deal with it. And I understand not wanting to. Like I will do so on here, like on the internet, because I feel like that's how I can help people who are actively looking to recover or who are actively like getting out of it or wanting to, you know, be aware of it or whatever. But it's hard to like, I don't know if I would literally go after or like try to break somebody out of it that I don't know very well, because that's going to be, you know, people lash out over it. It's very like, I'm just saying, just be aware of that. Like it's serious. So I don't know. Like I know this is a weird fictional thing, but it would be really difficult. Like it'd be so much easier if the person actually asks you for help or has reached that point. I think the best thing you can do is just do not feed into the delusions ever. So if they ask you something, be real. You know, if they ask you like something like this, do you think that I would be like, let's say they're single and they say something like, I can't find anybody because I'm fat. You could say something like, well, honestly, there are probably there's other traits or other issues you have that are making it difficult. That's harsh, but again, you know, it depends on how close you are to this friend. But that's the truth, and it helps because all you can really do as somebody who's outside of that is just don't fan the flames of it. So don't like dig at somebody's body. It's not good to do that. If you can tell that there's some toxic ritualistic going on, like they're doing things that are not making sense, like, you know, there's all this type of stuff, I would never say something about that person's body ever. And I usually don't. Even when I do like this content, you guys can probably notice, like, I never say something specifically about how the person looks. That's intentional and it's important because, you know, I'm often talking about people in here who are struggling with this type of stuff, and you don't want to do that. However, I will attack the logic. And so, yeah, don't ever feed into the delusions. Always deprioritize body when you're talking to them. So, always try to, like, you can kind of remind them that their body is just one part of a greater picture. And that's stuff that could be kind of helpful. And then just always try to get reality there. You know, I suggest for a lot of people who are really big, one of your best things you can do to support somebody that you want to actually help is to get them out of the house and get them out. Because a lot of times very big people, they don't go out as much. And especially introverts that have these toxic ritualistic behaviors, they can become so fixated and there isn't a lot of activity, like they're not going out, they're not interacting with the world, and they can get so deeply rooted in these mindsets. So it's really important. And if you have like an extrovert friend that's like that and you want to help, then try to do stuff with them that doesn't involve eating, and kind of like create more associations and life enrichment, and even help them find hobbies or engage in hobbies and stuff that don't have to do with eating, because that can be hard too when you're kind of in that. A lot of times the only time you go out is because you're going out to eat. So if you wanted to help a friend like that, then you would go out and not eat, like go out and do something different.
Is your mom's friend
Ooh.
Helen doing Ozempic?
My gosh.
She's looking phenomenal.
My gosh, William, that was terrifying.
She's actually doing chemo? Huh? You know,
Hold
chemo.
on.
The cancer
I don't know what's
chemo.
going
Oh
on.
my god, I'm so sorry.
Hold
I
on.
didn't mean to. Well, if you
It's
notice
this
that
one.
someone's weight has...
It's the TikTok one. Freaky. Anyways, you guys, that was scary. I felt like I was haunted by William for a second. Whew. Okay, sorry. Let's continue it.
William, now that we're friends, I've decided to make you my new weight loss project. You really don't have to do that. I know. That's what makes me so nice. When? No, I mean, absolutely please do not do that. Clearly, you're less fortunate than I, so... Okay, we get it. You've seen Wicked. Love Ariana and Cynthia down, but I don't need to be your new project. Well, clearly, you're not going to take the initiative yourself. Before so generously offering, did you maybe take into account why I haven't taken the initiative? Because you don't care? Well, historically, no. Historically, I cared so much it put my life at risk. Oh. Which you would not know because you are a new friend, but no matter what you are to me, don't offer to fix my body, especially when it doesn't need fixing. But I could teach you the... No, you could not. As a person who used to be obsessed with these things to the point of illness, I guarantee you I probably know more about it than you do. So why don't you do it? Because it's how I got so sick. You don't have to make me look like you.
Gosh, that is a weird thing to say. Ooh. Sorry. I don't know who the hell he's teaching and how this is supposed to be helpful to anybody with these disorders. That is not helpful. That is going to lock somebody in it further. It's horrible.
I don't really want to. I
mean, I get that he doesn't usually come from a B followed by the letter E followed by the letter D perspective, but this is horrible advice for somebody in that position because they often do need to lose weight for health reasons, similar to somebody on the opposite side of the spectrum needing to gain weight for health reasons. So it's terrible advice either way. Like, imagine if somebody was, on the other side and they're saying, you want me to gain weight? I don't have to look like you. You see how horrible that is? It's awful the other way, but I don't think he has any empathy for the other side whatsoever. But that's basically what he's advocating for. That's horrible. Truly horrible. Like,
want to look like me, and looking like me includes being alive and not doing a lot of the things that you're asking to teach me to do. So I'm gonna keep defying my ED. Oh, wow!
Sorry, that was awful. Okay. Are you though, William? Are you? Like, I don't know. Like, or is it just shifting? Are you going along the spectrum? Are you going from one side to the other? I think to actually defy it would be to say, like, my identity isn't based on my body size. For example, that's a big one. Caloric realism reigns supreme. I'm not going to gain a mass amount of weight or, not be able to lose weight if I keep, I'm going to stay in reality if I realize that calories matter. And if I restrict enough, I will lose to get to an appropriate weight. If I eat enough, I will gain to get an appropriate weight, period. And I won't just blow up like a balloon or be inexplicably unable to lose or whatever. You know, if you're having swelling issues, there are hormonal issues and all that stuff. That's not what we're talking about. If you have like insulin resistance, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about just the psychological side. So again, it becomes more complicated, I think, on either end of the spectrum when you have health issues that are affecting or like happening with comorbidity with the mental illness aspect. It's very tough. So if you don't, then you can really just attack the mental side, and that's easier for sure. So it's always better to have it not get worse and get out, but that's more so getting out of it, you know. If somebody says something about my body, that doesn't have to absolutely break me. It doesn't, because I'm not obsessing over it anymore. That's defying it. That's defying it. I'm not going to look in the mirror for hours. I'm not going to obsess over this. I'm going to think about something else. Like, that's defying it. I'm not going to allow my anxiety to change the way that I eat. That's defying it. And eventually, I'm not going to have any anxiety at all, or the anxiety response will not even be connected to any behavior involving food. That's actually defying it. So, like, I have a stressful day, something bad happens in my life, but I'm not going to binge. That's defying. I'm going to deal with the emotions, and I'm going to process how I feel, and I'm going to deal with the negative thing or the stressful thing I'm dealing with, and it's not going to affect how I eat. That's defying it. All this, I don't think that's defying it. It's just taking a different form or trying to shift it into a different area. It's not really gone, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
I'm sorry.
William.
Okay. Anyways, you guys, with that, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. That was a lot. I didn't expect to get that deep, but, you know, we had a little bit of toxicity, a little bit of depth. It's how we go. I'll probably look up more of his stuff later, so we'll do another one later. But with that, you guys, have a good rest of your day, night, etc. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you later. Bye.